and this one is from Financial Times. The title is How Riyadh Saudi's Aramco's Ambitions Were Thwarted. Oh my God, that thwarted. Okay, destroyed, whatever. Simple English word. Okay. This whole article, the summary of this whole article is whereby MBS, his goal was to float the shares of Saudi Aramco on in the international markets and attract an investment of $2 trillion, which is unheard of. $2 trillion. Okay, that was his goal. That was his game plan. That is exactly why MBS was going around visiting so many countries, which no other Saudi leader did. So many countries, shaking hands with so many world leaders, showing that we are very open-minded, we are very broad-minded, come, invest, we love you. So all this drama that he was doing, in the end, was for a reason. That's why I always tell people, if a conservative Arab Muslim, he starts showing, I'm very open-minded, I'm your friend, I love you, and all that. No, there is a reason behind it. There is, they don't just suddenly become your good friends. Even in Dubai, all of a sudden the sheikhs are showing, oh, we love Indians, and they are hugging each other and they are hugging Modi and all that. No, there's a reason behind it. And the bottom line is just money. So in the end, after doing all this PR publicity campaign and opening the doors of Saudi, so-called opening the doors and inviting rap artists and singers and all this bullshit, which I'll speak to you more about later, end of the day was what? It came down to this. Invest in my country, take these shares, but give me $2 trillion. And unfortunately, people are not dumb. They're not stupid. Yes, they will shake hands with you. Yes, photo opportunity. Yes, they'll speak good about you. But when it comes to money, people are very smart and sharp. The world's top bankers, the world's top financial institutions, everyone, they felt Saudi Aramco was not valued at $2 trillion. So they came up with these big numbers. They didn't achieve these numbers. And now when they floated, I think only 5% of the shares, it didn't achieve still the same target. In fact, they floated this only in Saudi, opening it only to Saudi nationals and locals. They themselves are not ready to pay so much. So this is a major, major blow for Saudi and MBS's goals. Well, what do you expect? People are not stupid when it comes to their money. And yes, they can hug you and hold hands and do all the kumbaya, but end of the day, money is money. This is another news where Saudi is trying to gain money. Bloomberg, it says Saudi Arabia gives first permanent residency to foreigners. Here again, see the news. They have granted only 73 foreigners, 73, in a population of millions, 100 millions or whatever, 73. They've given them premium residency in order to attract investment. How do you get this? If you have $213,000 or 800,000 riyals, okay, we will give you a permanent residency, or you can every year pay 100,000 riyals and keep renewing. Now, you pay money, you're allowed to be in this country. I don't know how far that is attractive because every country is doing this. In Thailand also they're doing it. UAE also they're doing it. Qatar, Bahrain, Saudi, Oman, every country is doing it. So what's so great about this? I just don't know. It's just they're saying that it's like, when UAE was giving its gold card and gold visa, they're making big noise. Now there's no noise about it. Nobody cares about it. So this is another way to get money. But then again, I feel it's just a flash in the pans. It's not going to work long term. Then in terms of Saudi, and I'll tell you why you want to know why anything Saudi does will not work. Well, it's news like this. This one is from NewYorkPost.com. This maid, this poor lady, she is in Saudi Arabia. She films a secret video begging and crying for freedom, showing her hand that she was beaten and bruised, and she's begging for freedom. Now, the sad fact is, after she uploaded this video online, her phone was taken away from her. Nobody knows where she is. Nobody knows what she's doing. In fact, the next news will share some more insight about what is happening in Saudi. This one is AlJazeera.com, where they speak about Bangladeshi women who go to Saudi to work as maids. Okay, they work for a salary of $235 per month. Okay, most of them, Arab families, they're not small families. They have like 6, 8, 10, 12 people. And what these girls were supposed to do is cooking, cleaning, household chores. They have to work for 14 to 15 hours the whole day, non-stop. There is no phone, there's no TV, there's no rest. Now, if that was not worse enough, they even get beaten like animals with a stick, and some of them are even sexually assaulted. In fact, one of the girls who tried to run away, she ended up breaking her leg. Instead of the owners, her employers, taking her to the hospital, they just dumped her outside the embassy. And because she didn't get treatment on time, now she's permanently disabled. Okay. It's in the last 4 years, 66 have died, 52 committed suicide. And I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is not the Saudis. These people are backward, not all. See, I'm not saying all the Saudis, okay? I'm saying the majority of them. And the thing is, these people live in a custom or tradition where they feel that they're still dealing with slaves. They feel like, oh, he's black, he's African, he's a slave. They have this mentality even today. They feel if you're white and fair, you are wow. If you're black and you are from an Asian country, you're poor. And for them, beating is normal. They beat you with a stick. They pay you hardly, they make you work like dogs. They feel this is normal, for especially in villages where there's no education. So why am I saying it's not the problem? The problem is from the government. You tell me, if let's say a British national or an American citizen was jailed and they complained to the embassy, do you think the embassy is going to keep quiet? No, they would fucking destroy them through social media, through news. It would be covered left, right, and center. But when you're talking like a country like Africa, Bangladesh, even India, they don't care about their citizens because there are so many. The country is poor and they have such a population crisis. They're like, fine, you want to keep them in jail? Please keep them. You're doing us a favor. You can tell me if I'm wrong. An American citizen goes to jail. He complains to the embassy. The embassy will take action immediately. Bangladeshi, Sri Lankan, African goes to the embassy. Even Indian or Pakistani goes to the embassy, complains. We will see. This is the problem. So I feel it's the country. That is why there's so much of, weightage for an American passport, a Canadian passport. Why do you think an American or a Canadian doesn't want to take a Saudi passport, doesn't want to take an African passport, doesn't want to take a Bangladeshi passport? Tell me why. You can tell me. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm very open. You can put your comments down below. I'm ready to even apologize and say, yes, you're right. I'm wrong. Please go ahead. Okay. Moving on to still Saudi-based news. The last one is in Saudi, the Netflix CEO, what's his name? Reed Hastings. Okay. They had suspended an episode of Hassan Minhaj's show, which was the patriotic act for the Saudi market. Okay, so he has his show, comedy show, and this was censored in Saudi. So, obviously people in the West, oh, how dare you do that? This is freedom of speech. And, they have this sense of entitlement. But CEO Reed Hastings, what he said is, we are not here in the new business of news. We are not here for truth is power. We are here to entertain. It's very simple common sense. You want to operate in the country, you need to follow their rules. So the Saudi government requested the removal of this video and said it violates Saudi law. So for them, it's very simple. If Netflix has to operate in Saudi, they have to follow the rules. Netflix is a million or billion-dollar company. It's not going to listen. Oh, you feel your rights are violated. Pay me fucking money, then we'll do some talking. You pay me peanuts and you talk all big. People don't use fucking common sense. When you're in a country, you respect the rules of the country. You do what they want. That's how you survive. That's how you'll thrive. Other Saudis is going to kick them out. See what happened to NBA and China. It's very simple. Sticking on to Saudi. Oh, I still have two more Saudi news. Just two more. This one is to share with you the shock and awe that is happening. You remember WWE wrestlers, they had a problem in Saudi and they made a big hoo-ha about it that some wrestlers could not go. Some people said, oh, they were disrespecting their religion, and some women were supposed to wear scarves, and some of them look satanic. There's a lot of claims about it, but nobody knows actually what happened. But obviously, WWE wants to maintain its relationship with Saudi, so they would keep hush about it, and they would try to brush the problems under carpet because it's like never happened. Um, in the same way, you also have Saudi, a rapper. He waves a bra, and in this video, you can actually see it. It's on Twitter. He waves this bra at an audience. I would just say, man, you need to use your common sense. When you're in a country, know the values, know the laws. Don't fuck around like this. It's crazy. For me, it's not a big deal. You can wave whatever you want. You'll be naked if you like. And why am I saying this? Because of the next news, Al Jazeera. 3 performers were on stage. One mad lunatic must have felt they are violating their culture, or their religion, or their laws. This guy jumped on stage with a knife and stabbed 3 performers who were doing some opera or whatever drama. So this goes to show you that when you're going into new countries who are just opening up, it still takes time for people to accept what is modern and what is not. And this is the same problem with these Arab men who are refugees or who escape their own country and go to the West. You know, from seeing women who are completely covered to suddenly seeing girls who are open, you know, Western style of dressing. And they end up with, what happens in New Year, molestation and rape and all that. So this is because for a guy who has never seen a girl open, for when he sees the first time, he goes berserk. So you can't help it. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like I said, I'm not hating on any religion. I'm not hating on any particular group of people. I'm just giving you news that actually happened. So if you feel you have any other news of any other country, this thing, please feel free. Put the links below. I always acknowledge them. Okay, let's move on to UAE and UAE-based news.